So yeah, come one, come all, come in general. This is Top Knot Analysis, your favourite YouTube video essayist reviewer talkie man on the YouTubes, Reddits, Twitters, not Twitters anymore. I have one, but I just don't use it. And Tickety Talks. So, first episode, or I say first episode of my podcast series for a while. I've done 2 episodes before with a couple friends of the show, and that was really cool, where we talked about the fascisms, and traps, and gay shit, and political shit, and Kanzuk. So yeah. And with me today, is my girlfriend. Say hi to the camera.
Hi, hello everyone. This is Stream. This is Stream. Hi everyone. I hope you've had a really nice day today, and it's evening in the UK, so I hope you're settled down with like tea, coffee, whatever. Yeah, I hope you're happy.
So good to have you with us, and I've also prepared a couple of getting to know you questions as well for everyone. So okay. Okay, let's actually start with, since it is the title of the podcast, summarize your political viewpoints slash identity in 5 words or less.
5 words or less, you say? Okay, so, political viewpoint. Okay, I can use keywords, maybe?
Yeah, you can. Any words you like.
Okay, so, drama, economics, Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher.
Oh boy.
Don't worry. Before you go there, don't worry.
No,
It's not what you think it is.
It's getting spicy.
It's not what you think it
okay,
is.
but we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm keeping an open mind.
Okay. Yes. And what's good? What's another one? I'm trying to find like a word to like summarize it all together. Political viewpoint. Oh, just feminism. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, so your words were drama, Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher, feminism.
Oh, there's a 5th one.
If I may interject, I mean, I've heard Tony Blair and Margaret Thatcher described as neoliberal, so...
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I guess maybe that, encompasses that cluster.
Actually...
Yeah.
I think it's called corporatism as the 5th one. Basically, the one where...
I've heard of corporatocracy, I think it is as well.
Not autocracy, because that's like the corporations controlling everything. I don't believe in that, but I believe in corporatism, helping people. So yeah, that is a 5th one. Okay. Not autocracy of corporate people.
But supporting businesses and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And I guess.
What about your political identity?
Okay, so in 5 words or less, I guess socially progressive and economically agnostic.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Quite a nice summary.
Yes.
Putting it all together. I like that.
Yeah, because the brief summary for just in case there are any new viewers. Basically, my whole deal is that I'm very left social, however, still not very well read in terms of topics around economics, and I'm trying to learn more at my own pace. So, yeah.
And I know a bit about social and that kind of thing, but I'm more centered towards economics and how the system works versus proletariats versus bourgeoisie, #Marxism. So that's what my specialism is, and also sociology as well. So yeah.
Cool beans. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's one off the list. Also, okay, I'm taking this one out of the list because I have a different idea for that, and that's going to be funny. Okay, would you like to choose one of these prompts, if you can read them from here?
Okay, would you like to always grab the light? Which ones are you like? The top ones or the bottom ones?
Let's start with the top ones are meant to be like more easy ones, so yeah.
Easy ones? Shouldn't we go into something dramatic, like straight up the bat?
Oh, okay, dramatic. Dramatic
Yes.
is okay. Here we go. Or should I pick a random serious one?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What's an insult you've received that you're proud of?
Um, what's an insult I'm proud of? Okay, so I think an insult I received was I'm just trying to think. Actually, you go first because then I can think a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. I guess for me, I've been called this both as an insult and as a compliment. I've been referred to. I've been compared to Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory because I'm autistic. So, and he's very autistic coded, you could say. So yeah. Yeah, and when people said that, at the time, I was like, oh, well, I actually like The Big Bang Theory, so fuck you. I didn't say that back then because I was really young, but yeah. Yeah. And I guess, like, loosely, as a more, like, insult that I have been called, I have also been called an SJW, which, I get it, like, woke scolds suck, but also being more progressive than a paper bag isn't the end of the world. In fact, quite opposite, I would argue, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry you got called that. Um, yeah, it's not nice. But at least you took it like
Yeah,
half
yeah,
ish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah, I think it's alright. It's okay. Someone said I'm too business minded, but they meant it in a rude way. Like, I'm too business minded in a sense of like, I don't understand people. I wouldn't understand like empathy, and I hate everyone, and my only focus is like life succession and succeeding. Then I was like, how's that a problem? Because I was like, well, I'm sorry, like, me being business minding and wanting to succeed in life, that is a good thing. And you saying that as an insult, do you not want to succeed in life? Like, do you not want to progress? Do you not want to do more? It doesn't make sense. So someone said, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I am business minded. I am hashtag, large business, small business, medium business, trade, markets, all of that. I do know that about that, and I like that. And it was put at me as an insult, but I don't see it as an insult. So yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Like, yeah, and I mean, obviously, from me knowing you, like, I wouldn't say that you're like. I guess like what it sounds like the other person was getting at is that you're so business minded that you don't care about people. It sounds like she was saying, and like no, like I can very much say that you care about people, or at the very least or at the very least, you're sweet and humanist in your own way, and yeah, yeah.
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 I'm decent. I'm an average human who cares about people.
Yes.
I'm not like mega. I can admit to myself I'm not mega emotional, but I'm not also like under emotional. I'm just like normal.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm kind of like. Usually, I am a bit of a bleeding heart on certain things, and admittedly, I'm trying to like, tone that down a bit. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen slash heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that's one off the list.
Okay.
Would you like to pick one, or shall I?
What would be the title of the book about you if your worst enemy wrote it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go? Okay.
Do you want me to go, or?
I don't mind.
Okay. Or I'll go just to give you more time to think.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah. Okay. There are two people in my life who I despise, who would have very, like, I guess similar but also different things to say.
Okay.
So in terms of, like, a title of, like, a tell-all book, about every horrible thing that I did according to my worst enemy. One would be like, what's a way I could phrase it to make it look like the bad guy was in the right? Like, maybe, how... Okay, how it would. Okay, I mean, if it was like a satire, then of like, oh, like an OTT person being that horrible on purpose to like be bad, like it would probably be something like, how dare this man get me sent to juvie for not letting me assault him. Like that would probably be, like,
Okay.
yeah, like.
How he ruined my life, like,
Yeah.
something like that, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Or like,
And also, you
or
sent
like,
someone to
or,
juvie. Look at you.
yeah.
Okay.
Or no, it wouldn't be like not how I got how Stefan sent me to juvie. It would probably be like how Stefan sent me to an asylum against my will. Like it probably. Yeah, like something like that. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Simply, mine would just be worst person in the world and why, and then that would probably just be that title. That would be the title. Worst person in the world and why.
Oh.
Or it would be how this bee fooled the world, or does she not understand? Why she doesn't understand me, or something along those type of lines, because okay, I'll explain. It'll probably be for someone from sixth form, and they didn't like me because I wasn't like them, you could say. Like, I would just be, okay, so me, okay, you're looking at me and you already have your perceptions of me and whatever, right? But outside of this, I like to have fun, and I like to be really nerdy, and those are the things I like, and I'm not stereotypically, I don't fit stereotypes. So I would go into sixth form wearing my business suit, because one day I feel like, hey, I want to wear my business suit today because I haven't worn it in a few weeks and I want to wear it. So, it would be really weird. People would be looking at me like, what the hell? But then some people would be like, oh, who does she think? Does she think she's better than us? I'm like, no, I just like business suits. or they would be like, oh, so, do you want to like have this drink? And I'd be like, no, I don't drink. And then they'll be like, what's wrong with her? Or if there would be like beef happening or something, I would always take a more centrist viewpoint. And then, of course, when you take centrist, everyone hates you. So it's kind of like, the book about me would probably be like, either like how she fooled the world into thinking she's how she looks like or perceived as, or something along those lines. But I don't really know how to explain it. Okay.
I mean, what the vibes I'm getting is that you were relatively like milquetoast, middle of the road on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they thought, it's impossible, she must be lying, no one is ever that centrist. Like, is that what they were saying?
Kind of, but like, yes and no. Like, it would be like centrist on like nonsense things. Like, oh, I believe that, there should be more stuff in the canteen because I'm hungry. And they'll be like, but if there's something in the canteen, we wouldn't be allowed to go out and go eat Domino's. Why would you, we want to go out? School lets us go out because of canteen. Why would you say that? And I'd be like, but you miss class because you come back so late when you go out of the school. They're like, yeah, we don't care. We want to miss class. I'm like, I don't know.
Now I'm guessing like the title would probably be like, how dare you not take the mean girls hierarchy seriously?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that yes, a better title. Yes.
Fair enough. I mean, not fair on on their side, but fair enough.
I could have been part of the Mean Girls. It was really easy to be part of the Mean Girls because they would took one look at me. They're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, she can be part of the Mean Girls." But I was like, "No, I just kind of like want to have fun and do nerdy nonsense stuff."
Yeah, fair enough.
So
But yeah, power to you. Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool.
I couldn't help myself. Okay, where was that? Okay, so that's another question down.
Okay.
Okay, I guess. If you. Actually, okay, what was your favourite / least favourite job you've had?
Oh, I can do this one. Okay.
Okay.
My favorite job is the current one I'm in. I'm a degree apprentice for a really big tech company, and it's like involved in we have to like sometimes do statistics, sometimes we have to do presentations, sometimes we meet clients, and I just think that's super cool because it works around my schedule, and I can kind of it's task orientated, not time orientated, so I really like it. Least favorite job I've had was working for a company that is like a child's play center because HR and management was shite. So I hated that, and they were not understanding, and they were employing people that didn't even have an NI number. So how on earth were you gonna pay them? So yeah, that's what I would say on that. But what about you?
No. Okay, I guess we'll start off with my worst. My worst job was probably okay, I think my worst / hardest job. It's hard to actually. Okay, no. I'm probably going to get blacklisted for what I'm going to say, but whatever, it's cool. I think my worst job in that it is the hardest I've ever done has been TA work. Like most and like sometimes it's great, like don't get me wrong, because like being a part-time TA, I've been like going to different schools, and some days I work at this school where the kids are really nice, and other days I'd work at this school where the kids are nightmare inducing. So, and yeah, so and like it's and also admittedly, like again, I think I've mentioned in one of my recent shorts even like how I tend to be very wordy, like I use a lot of words and I pontificate a lot and explain very simple things in the most obtuse way. And so that's really bad when you're working with kids, and especially bad if you're working with kids who are stubborn and don't want to do the thing that they're supposed to do, and you're just meant to be there, and you have to let them get away with so much just because a lot of them don't understand things. But also sometimes gets to the point where if they do cross a line, then another teacher or person has to come over and say, "Oh, he crossed a line," and I was like, "I wasn't aware there were lines that were meant to be uncrossed." So yeah, that. But yeah, but by and large, I've been working and teaching, like fairly decently without many mishaps or the like, and yeah, all been handled well. And as for my best job, okay, yeah, like oldie but a goodie because it was the first one. A while ago, I did content writing for Go-To Games. In fact, one of my Go-To Games videos is actually on either my channel or their channel. And basically, they're like a charity / gaming store that work around in Croydon, and I used to do content writing. I had to write news articles on different gaming related news, and sometimes that would be about like specific games, but more often it also included like stuff in the industry itself, like around like Activision Blizzard and the sex scandals and the abuse allegations and all of the other crazy things that Bobby Kotick got up to, and then I ended up getting to make like a running gag between between my articles of always taking the mick out of Bobby Kotick as well, and, you know, and, yeah, and memes, so that was nice.
Okay, whoa, okay. Well, big contrast, I would say,
Yeah.
between the two.
Yeah.
But content writing, if that's your thing, you should get, like, back into it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah. I've tried applying, but, yeah, it's been difficult. I have applied for Screen Rant a couple times, though. In fact, like, okay, yeah, like, I'm going to Tangent City a bit, so I
Yeah.
apologise, but, like, you know how sometimes when you're saying something, and I'm like, okay then, like that? Like, okay,
You're
basic...
shocked by what I've said.
Yeah, like, okay, so that specific inflection of how I say okay then is, like, based on, basically Screen Rant is, like, a media group, and they have a YouTube channel with a guy who makes videos called Pitch Meetings, and it's, like, a comedy sketch series of a producer guy and a film pitcher guy, and the film pitcher guy is trying to pitch the film to the producer guy, and it has, like, a bunch of, like, catchphrases and stuff, and one of them is like, oh, if the pitcher says something weird, and then the producer says, well, how's that going to work? And then and then the filmmaker says, I don't know, and okay then, and or something like that. So yeah. And so basically, I tried applying for a content writing job with them, and didn't work out. But yeah, well, but yeah, I'll keep on trucking on, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah.
There's like loads of media companies like that do contribute, not just Screen Rant, but there's like Brightside, I think, and there's like other ones. So yeah, listen, every single person, like almost every single person, apart from Bijou, but every single person has to try hard to get what they really want in life, and has to work hard to get what they want in life. So although, you know, it's cliche, but if first you do try and try again.
Yeah.
Because you will get the fruit of the tree at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, that was a good one. Okay. Yeah. And also, yeah, we both kind of had a similar one in terms of, like, looking after children and shenanigans. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll just double check the comment section. Okay, yeah, no comments. Fair enough. So, yeah. Okay. Would you like to pick another one?
I know you picked the bottom one to start drama.
Oh, mate. Honestly, there's another one that I've got, like, in my mind for even more drama.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, are you sure?
Go ahead.
Okay. Is The Lion King
God.
about fascism?
No, it's not about fascism.
And why?
It's a lovely animal story. Really? It's a lovely animal story. It's a lovely animal story.
Okay, to which I say,
nature.
Animal Farm is a lovely animal story about nature.
Animal Farm. You have to compare Animal Farm to the beauty and luxurious film, musical, and other things related. Lion King.
Okay, well, that doesn't preclude it from being those things. You know, like Of Mice and Men is a very beautiful tale, and it was also a very adult tale.
No. The Lion King. The Lion King.
I know, and I'm
saying... It's
saying...
not about fascism.
Okay, well...
It's not. It's about lions and hyenas, and it's about portraying hyenas as villains and lions as amazing people. And you're like, oh, the lions... If you want to say the lions were like the royalty dictators, I'll be like, okay, fine. But in order for something to be fascist, there has to be a system, like you said, of us, not us, not us, them. I forgot the fourth one.
I mean,
us.
Okay,
us, not us, them.
Okay, well, Okay, well, it's not just a matter of us and them with regards to fascism. It's also like the idea of the paradoxically weak degenerates who simultaneously control everything.
But
And
lions are not weak.
okay, but the lions aren't weak, but Scar gets control, and Scar is weak. Like Scar is physically weak, and also in terms of like an out group to fascize against the hyenas.
Yes, but if the Lion King was fascism, it would be lions and other strong animals at the top. Then it would be like I don't know, prey and then but okay,
But the
here's a
lions are the ones at the
no,
top.
okay, take the bird. You know the bird that helps Simba
Z-
navigate.
Zazu is at the bottom of that hierarchy,
Okay,
though.
no, but he technically isn't because if it was fascism, they wouldn't let that bird near Simba.
Okay, I disagree. Okay, like I the thing with not just a thing with fascism, but a thing with politics in general is that sometimes fascistic organizations or policy will include members from an oppressed class who agree with them before they thin the herd, before they close that circle until there's fewer people at the top.
But it was very obvious in The Lion King that everybody was happy with the lions being in charge. There was no rebellions apart from the hyenas. It's as,
Okay,
it was as
so the
bad.
hyenas don't count as people?
No, okay,
I'm surprised
okay,
at you.
it's the hyena. Okay, let's do this. The hyenas are the EDL, yeah. The lions
I mean,
is
even
government, okay, and the dad or the mom, whatever, is queen and king. But the hyenas are EDL. So the government wouldn't like the EDL, let's say. I don't know if they like or not like the EDL right now. I'm just giving an example because not many leftist people like the English Defence League. I'm just saying, okay?
No,
like the whole
I
Nico
agree.
Omalana thing.
Yeah, in fact, like, okay, very briefly in terms of the EDL, only like my brother went to a pro-Palestine march sometime last year, and the EDL actually showed up, and they tried to start shit. So,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Okay, that is an example of a small group of people starting something. And that's what I'm saying with what's what I'm saying? That's what I am saying with the Lion King. The hyenas are just a small group of people starting things. There is no fascism. Okay, there is no, unless you want to argue the EDL are an oppressed minority group, fine. But it is a beautiful movie.
Okay.
There is no fascist systems. There is no, us and them, and I hate the giraffes, and I hate this person. There's none of that.
Okay, well, it is possible for fascists to be polite, and
Okay.
and you say I agree that if the hyenas were an oppressed minority or an oppressed class, then that would mean that they are not the EDL. Like we can agree on that, right?
If the hyenas are not an oppressed class, they're the EDL.
Okay, now, what I'm saying, if the hyenas were an oppressed class, in your view,
Yeah.
then that would mean that they are not the EDL.
Wow, your phrasing is confusing me. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let me...
The
okay.
hyenas are the EDL.
Yeah, I know, okay,
Currently.
you are saying the hyenas are the EDL.
Yes.
But if they were an oppressed minority, then they would not be the EDL.
Hold up, I never said that. If they were an oppressed minority,
Yes.
there would just be like any oppressed minority currently in the UK right now. It's still not a fascist system.
But...
It's just like hyenism.
Okay, I'm going to cut the pretext. The hyenas are an oppressed minority, though.
Okay, and so is the EDL then.
But yeah, okay, yes, but then that goes into false equivalence.
Oh my, it's not.
But I could go on. I'm just like
Okay.
Okay. Let me think of like a simpler, like, I guess, viewpoint in terms of that. Okay, so the hyenas are, like, okay, I will concede to you that in the text of the film, the hyenas are, like, the bigoted underclass who are, who are, like, irredeemably evil. Like, we agree on that.
Yeah.
And that, and that, like, obviously the text of The Lion King isn't fascist. Yeah, so we agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would then go on to say, yes, and the text of The Lion King isn't fascist, but it can be analysed or read through a fascist lens.
It requires
as
a political system in order to be analysed, and there is no political system in The Lion King.
Okay, even if you don't think
it's a monarchy.
That is political. Do you think monarchies are apolitical?
I just mean that it is a monarchy, but there is no, like, system. We don't see enough of a system in The Lion King. We just see hyenas hate lions, and Simba is living Hakuna Matata. We don't see enough of the monarchy and the systems at play to be able to make a viewpoint that it's fascism.
Okay, then to that point, loosely fair enough, but I will devil's advocate a little bit.
Okay.
So at least from, like, a left perspective, which granted could be wrong, so, like, correct me in the comments if you think so. And on that point, I'll just one criticism of neoliberalism I've heard from mostly leftists are that neoliberalism is an inherently, like, personal based system wherein good societal things happen as long as the right people are in charge, not necessarily changing the system, but changing the person in charge of the system. And that aspect of the film could be read as neoliberalism, because the whole idea of the Pride Lands going to hell once Scar takes over, and then magically beginning with rainfall and the plants rising and the natural habitat of the displaced animals returning to right the wrongs of the past evil ruler, like, that just is, like, at least a leftist idea of what neoliberalism is. Like, that, that everything else will work out well as long as the right person is in charge.
Okay, I've got two things to say.
Yeah.
One, I don't think it's neoliberalism, and two, I disagree with neoliberalism. So I've got, like, a double negative. However, I will say this though. I will say this. Okay. I will say this. Okay.
I'm sorry. I really am annoyed with the camera. Like,
what's wrong with the camera?
Well, every time I'm trying to, like, talk to you from here, like, I feel like I have to get close to you, which I'm not complaining, but
just move that.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So, what was I saying? Okay, cool. But I will agree with you on this. There is an aspect that as long as we get the perfect leader, everything will be fine. And that kind of same sunshine and rainbows ideology existed in recent elections. Example, when everyone wanted Boris Johnson to be the Prime Minister of the UK, and everyone was like, oh my god, once he's Prime Minister, everything will be fine, and we'll all be happy and daisy, and the whole world will be fixed. Whatever you want to call that, if you want to call that neoliberalism, fine. But I will say there is a kind of, there is some sorts of political systems at play, but I wouldn't go so far as to say it's fascism.
Okay, well, obviously, and also, like, again, I agree, the text of Lion King is not fascist. It's just that if a fascist were to watch it, then they could look at, like, the systems in place of, like, oh, well, here's the characters who are meant to represent the oppressed underclass that we hate. Here's the characters who represent the right way that everything should be run, and, and so on and so forth. And, but, like, okay, so I guess I will walk it back a bit and instead say The Lion King is still a political text.
No.
Okay.
It's not political in any way. It is just about a monarchy system. Yes, you could argue monarchies are political, of course.
Then I'm right.
No, there isn't enough evidence to suggest that it's like a system at place, like it's politics. Do you get me? Like there isn't like here is the royal crest, and here are the knights.
There is a leadership. Okay, one, there's a leadership system, and two, Zazu is kind of a knight / servant. Like that suggests a hierarchy and by extension a system in place to follow it.
Okay. It represents a culture rather than a hierarchy because hear me out, right? The monkey with the hand tattoo that does the
Rafiki, the spiritual
Rafiki, him, right? Yeah. He's the spiritual person, and to be fair, you could argue that he is higher than the lions because he has that spiritual connection, and he does that to all the baby lions, all the new baby monarchs, you could say. So you could argue that he is technically above the lions. So if you argue that, then you have a problem. You're like, okay, then this is not the monarchy. There isn't really a monarchy. It's more of the lions have just always ruled, and they kind of keep things in check. So hey, that's our appointed leader. You could argue it's a democracy. There's not enough evidence to suggest otherwise.
No, you could argue it's a democracy, and that would make it political, because, in fact, literally, the most famous
You want it to be political so bad.
It's not that, it's not just that I want it to be political, it's just that I genuinely think it is, and I think it's interesting to analyse things in media, because, because I imagine, part of why you're saying, The Lion King is not political, is because, it's not I guess it's not overtly political in the same way that a lot of adult political media tends to be. And, and then that means, okay, well, it's worth, analysing and interrogating why we think that, and why we think certain things that are political aren't political. And, but also, going back to what I was saying before, in terms of a case for The Lion King being a democracy, the most famous scene from the film, or one of the most famous scenes from the film, is the opening where it's Na Slovenia! And
that's Swahili, by the way, but carry on.
And also, speaking of Swahili, I know there was a Lion King TV show, and in that, and there was a prequel and a Lion King show, and Scar's name in that show was Tucker, which is Swahili for fool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually. That's quite cool.
But yeah, sorry, as I was saying before, in terms of that scene being a symbolism for how the Lion King is meant to be democracy, all of the lions, and not even all of the lions, all of the antelope, and all of the oxen, and all of the buffalo wild wings, and all of the birds.
Beautiful animals.
Yeah, all of the animals underneath lions in the hierarchy gather at Pride Rock, and they unifiedly... Not just celebrate, they unifiedly bow down to the Pride Rock as Simba is born. And so that could be read as a unified consensual election of sorts, or a revering of of a chosen leader, or just generically the people agreeing to be led by so and so.
You know what? If we can agree the Lion King is democracy, we have a deal.
Okay.
We have a deal.
Okay, yeah.
We have a deal.
I think it's fascism. Best I can do is democracy.
Yes,
done.
Yes. I'm happy with. Okay, cool. So we have deciphered the Lion King is democracy. Okay.
And as a result, somewhat political. Okay, you can say up for debate if you like.
No comment.
Okay then.
No comment.
Okay.
No comment. I'm gonna go. I will be right back.
Okay, sure.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be right back after these messages.
You can carry on without me. I can just...
Oh yeah. In fact, I'll check over some of the messages, the prompts that I've written to the side of me, and yeah. And also, like, anyone else watching? Better yet, while my girlfriend is out and away, I can share. Okay, how can I share my? Oh nuts! Okay, I have to figure out how to share this thing. Oh dear. Hello everyone, Editing Topknot here to say we were going to keep recording after my girlfriend came back. However, unfortunately, we ended up getting distracted, and then a couple minutes later we were like, oh, look at the time, unfortunately I have to get going. Not I have to get going, she had to get going, you get the idea. And so, yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to do that, but hey, look forward to even more in the future. Take care now, bye bye then, and I will talk to you later.